Hello everyone, Art Keeper is here. Today we'll be talking to Professor Jyotika Sehgal, HOD of the Painting Department, College of Art, Delhi. We'll talk to her about her art journey, her life as a teacher, as a faculty of College of Art, Delhi. I met her during her solo exhibition, Synonyms of Life, at Sridharani Art Gallery in Delhi, and promised her to have a conversation to document her journey. So let's talk to her, find out more about her life and art.
This is the journey of not just one of the greatest teachers of the College of Art. This is a journey of an artist who believes in finding an odyssey within literature, going back to the roots, in studying, in researching, and then finding a place on either a piece of paper or a canvas. I use the word finding a place because you would find that this whole journey is an exercise in self-portraits, as it were. And she seems to be thinking of herself and how she reacts to the world and the things around her. The most important thing in an artist's world is their own originality. This exercise of this exhibition is about a journey in authenticity. And as far as Jyotika is concerned, I want to say that I hope her journey continues. You are looking at an impeccable artist. You are looking at an artist who has won awards, beginning with the National Award, and then it gets into deeper things. I hope that her students will be inspired to find their own journeys. And I hope a lot of people come to see this show because it's a show that breathes. A show cannot look like a mela. It cannot look like a bazaar. It has to look as if it has been handpicked. And that is the beauty of this show. I want to say thank you to Jyotika. It's been a treasure to discover her works. Thank you for all those who come here. Let's pray for each other and stay safe. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi,
Jyotika ji.
Soumen.
Yes,
Hi.
ma'am. Hi. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon.
There's a call from Art Keeper, and I believe, if you remember, I visited your art exhibition, solo exhibition, Synonyms of Life. On
Yeah,
yeah, it
yeah,
started.
yeah, of
Yeah,
course,
it
of
started in
course.
on 5th of April. It was held at Sridharani.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, as promised, ma'am, I had told you that we'll have a conversation and we'll have kind of a documentation of your work. But unfortunately,
Hmm.
the lockdown started and the pandemic caused me a lot of delays.
Yeah, sure.
So, finally, today is a time when we can have a telephonic talk and the documentation will be done.
Absolutely.
So, can we start the session, ma'am, the question answer session?
Yeah, yes, I think
Yes.
I should be able to answer you. Shouldn't
Thank
be
you, ma'am.
very difficult exam.
Thank you, ma'am. What inspired you to be an artist? Why you choose to be an artist? Like, why?
Why did I choose? Yeah, I did not know that there was anything like an art college.
Okay,
But I owe it to my school art teacher, Nakul Sinha,
okay,
at Air Force Bal Bharti, where I studied,
uh-huh.
and that I've come to this field.
Okay,
Now, at school, we had a large, inviting art room with sheets and colors and brushes,
uh-huh.
all available freely, to for use, and no questions asked. कि कितना sheet ले लिया, क्या कर रहा है, nothing.
Wow,
At
wow.
least I had his
For all
permission.
students, like for all students, for
For
all classes.
everyone,
Okay,
for everyone.
wow.
And we used to have the paints, the powder color जो है उसको mix करके already
Ji.
diluted form में it used to be kept on the table, and there were loads of brushes lying on one corner, all washed and clean, and we could paint. No questions asked कि दो शीट खराब मतलब खराब कर रहा है जो बोलते हैं
Uh-huh.
या वो क्या, nothing, कुछ नहीं. But
Okay.
of course we were not allowed to. I mean, he wanted the whole paper painted, and that's that's the kind of freedom, or that's the kind of preparation which the mind had.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So the role of an art teacher is beyond estimation. One
okay,
cannot limit its importance, especially in the formative years,
okay.
because I feel that drawing and painting for a child is simpler than writing a letter.
True, true, true.
No, and
Absolutely
each one of us at that age, is equipped to translate
true.
our visual repository into an expression. So you see all these teenies also, just
Right.
working freely if you don't stop them and don't start asking kya banaya hai, kya kiya hai, no?
Bilkul, bilkul.
They will have a story behind. They wouldn't really but if you ask them to write a letter, they'll be thinking, no? So it's so
Okay,
this
okay. So
dedicated art teacher.
he inspired you. You can say that he inspired you
Absolutely.
to be an artist. He's the one who truly inspired you to be an artist, which you
Yeah,
choose.
because he used to have annual art exhibitions,
Okay,
not of selected works, properly mounted, name of the students displayed. No, I mean
okay,
quite professionally handled. And I
okay.
would proudly take my mother around these shows, and I think that's where he told my mother that I should be going to an art college.
So
Now
okay. Here comes question, ma'am. Now you
Hanji,
can answer. Is
Hanji.
formal education in art is necessary or a primary asset for an artist? Because you
Formal
said that he inspired you to be to go to the college and all.
go to the college,
So
yes.
whether you believe that is it primary, like one should have this formal education in art to be an artist.
I think yes, if you're into that age group, no,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like you're into after school, you're studying somewhere. See, now self-teaching and introspection
Mm-hmm.
is the basic area of discipline for an artist. So you have
True.
many self-taught people also,
Right.
but and at no stage in the progression of your art study
Mm-hmm.
can you abandon that. No? You
Okay.
can't become complacent and stop self-teaching, stop introspecting.
Right.
But here an art institution
Mm-hmm.
provides the students with a focused exposure,
Okay.
to various techniques and skills of the medium,
Right.
grammar and vocabulary of the visual language,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and the most important is interaction and sharing with your peers.
So this 4
With
years
your-
of formal education, this 4 years of rigorous training and going through, as a kind of an academic discipline,
Yeah,
is it necessary?
that's what I'm saying कि एक आर्ट इंस्टीट्यूशन जो है वो हम लोगों को एक फोकस्ड एक्सपोजर दे रहा,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
जो दूसरे जगह पे हम लोग अगर अपने आप सेल्फ टॉट हैं तो वी मे नॉट रियली बी ऑलवेज इनटू
Okay.
आर्ट
Right. Right.
and on the basis of this the institution gets rated कि वो
True.
कितना क्या कुछ काम कर रहा है, क्या ले रहे हैं ना,
बिल्कुल
that
बिल्कुल
kind of कौन टीचर्स है ना, मतलब
Right.
the quality of the exposure which it offers,
right.
the quality of the students who get enrolled in an art institution.
Right.
So it's but now art is just not picture making कि
Mhm.
आपने ये सब कुछ vocabulary सीख ली, ग्रामर सीख ली,
Mhm.
आप बहुत अच्छा देख रहे हैं, स्किल है मीडियम का, but it's not limited only to sort of ultimately making a sweet अति
That's a
सुंदर
beautiful
picture,
word.
no?
Yes, yeah, true.
Yeah. So after graduation, now what the student does with his visual language is an individual call.
True. Very
Like my husband, no, he's a semiotician,
Okay.
and he says he had proposed the concept of semiocon. जैसे lexicon होता है,
true. Mhm.
वैसे ही semiocon एक individual का personal meaning giving mechanism.
Okay.
तो जो उसने अपनी जिंदगी अभी तक जिया है उसी के हिसाब से उसको अपने एक्सपीरियंस को वो एक मीनिंग देता है.
Mhm. Right.
तो individuality of a response to the world outside has to be taken very seriously,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
your sincerity will give you confidence to carry on expressing.
But tell me one thing, ma'am. There are so many students, so many individuals who aspire to be an artist, who try to get an admission with whether it's in College of Art or in JJ or in Baroda,
Yeah.
in Shantiniketan, but normally they don't get it, whatever the reason. But they also aspire to be an artist. They keep practicing their art, and somehow they do their work and they start exhibiting. And after a few years, they do the same kind of stuff what people, the graduates
From an art college.
from an art college is doing.
Yeah,
And sometimes
sure.
sometimes they get more,
Even better.
Yeah, even better. They get more press
Even better.
coverages. Yeah, exactly. So then that that
because
parameter is
उसकी
getting
dedication, that's
Mhm.
exactly what I'm saying now, that
Mhm.
the sincerity and regularity of work, the
True.
dedication which you have,
that makes the
वो-
whole difference.
that makes the difference. That
makes
is
the
the
difference.
difference.
True.
अब हम लोग that's why I see in an art institution you have these subjects say of portrait painting,
Mhm.
or outdoors,
Right.
these subjects are made learnable. कि
Right.
ड्राइंग के स्किल्स हैं, ड्राइंग किस लेवल तक आपको आ जानी चाहिए, आप वो एक सिस्टम के थ्रू आप कर सकते हैं,
Right.
सीख
Right.
सकते हैं ड्रॉ करना.
Mhm.
बट
बिल्कुल.
ड्राइंग सीखने के बाद आपने क्या करना है,
How we apply that
that's
thing.
exact. That is the main thing, and that's
True.
what I'm saying. कि your own response to the world outside
That is
has
important.
to be taken seriously by yourself.
Then I come to this really important third question. Like,
हाँ जी.
what do you think about? Do you believe art is sheer madness, or it has to follow a certain method?
I believe that it has to. I mean, I of course see, as I said, it's if you're mad, if you have something to express,
Mhm.
you will end up sort of rattling it out of your system.
Mhm. Mhm.
You have no choice.
Some way or the other, you will.
हाँ,
Okay.
आप करोगे ही करोगे उसको.
बिल्कुल.
तो ये तो रहा एक चीज. बट जब हम लोग एक सिस्टम को, जैसे अभी मैं अपने पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आप कह रही हूँ, that I believe
Mhm.
that there has to be a system, there has to be regularity. It's not something which is like अभी नहीं कर रहा तो मतलब
Right.
you can't really keep waiting for the right moment. Now, like I say that my expression is basically, my language of expression is visual language. So I need जो भी कुछ मैं दिन में सोच रही हूँ, लाइफ में मेरे हो रहा है, वो हर बारी उसी लैंग्वेज के थ्रू ही निकलता है. वही लैंग्वेज ही मेरा एक्सप्रेशन बनता है.
Right.
So, I mean, I have to believe कि हाँ, it's not like, it's not just sheer madness.
Okay.
It's not sheer madness.
Okay. Then I come to this question like, I have several questions, but I will just cut down the questions and I will be asking you near about 8 questions. I will come to the next question like, should art be for art's sake, or art is a kind of a commodity? Like, see, commodification of art has already been done. A lot of application of art is done in a commercial way. So people are sacrificing that, that holy way of doing their work in isolation, in their studios and, slogging it out and creating a masterpiece. Those days are gone. Moreover, those days are gone. So people are making it more like a commodity. So what do you want to comment on that?
Yeah, we can't help it. In the sense that nowadays it's the field of advertisement, the field of you scratch my back, I scratch yours, that kind of a thing.
Right.
So when 10 people say, oh, this is a good work, it's there to stand, right? But for the time being, now for an artist, the work जो एक artist काम create कर रहा है, this history has to decide, no? जो अभी एक आर्टिस्ट काम क्रिएट कर रहा है, उसके लिए वो काम उतना ही नया जितना स्पेक्टेटर की है.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
तो मैं हर स्टेप पे that I would want to repeat is that your own sincerity should be what a person needs to focus on. But of course, now in my case, I was lucky enough that my money was coming from the job, and I didn't really have to slog myself in front of the galleries. वो मुझे डिक्टेट करें, अच्छा ये 5 पेंटिंग ऐसी बना के दे दो 2 हफ्ते में. No,
it happens.
I was lucky. Of course,
yes,
I know it happens. I have never, Soumen, held my work in a gallery. I've never kept my work in a gallery.
So many students start compromising with the work the moment they start visiting the galleries, because they try to dictate, they try to guide you.
हाँ, but फिर यही हो जाता, और ऐसा हम कर नहीं सकते कि हाँ, this is my art and that is not. No?
Right.
This is also a little difficult situation.
Right.
That's the reason I tell that one should really be good at work, and there is no field which is away or which is without art. तो आप किसी ना किसी जगह अपने आप को फिट पाएंगे ही. बट अगर आप बोलें कि भाई मेरे को तो इंस्टॉलेशन ही आती है और वो मैं तभी कर सकता हूँ जब मुझे ग्रांट मिले, तो फिर तो यू विल हैव टू बेग बोरो स्टील.
Absolutely.
है ना? तो हाँ, you can't help it.
Absolutely. Yes.
अभी हमारे को अपनी लैंग्वेज, see, I insist that is one of the reasons is in graduation BFA जब हम लोग पेंटिंग में करते, तो one of the reasons I insist कि आपके पास जो लैंग्वेज का स्किल है, जो उसकी वोकैबुलरी है, वो आपके पास जितना मेहनत से आपके पास आ सकती है उसको अचीव करिए. वही आपको डायरेक्शन देती है आगे उसको बढ़ाने के लिए. क्योंकि every field you can't name even a single one which is untouched by art.
Absolutely.
No?
Absolutely.
तो कहीं ना कहीं तो आप अपने आप को फिट कर सकते हैं.
बिल्कुल.
आर्टिस्ट अगर उसके पास स्किल है तो वो भूखा नहीं मरता.
No, absolutely true. Because yes, art, absolutely. Anyhow or somehow you can survive in art. It's not that important.
Yes, and if you like what you're doing, then you're not. See, otherwise you have one car, you always aspire for another one.
There's no end to it. There's no end to it.
तो वो फिर that's a different kind of a compromise, and yeah, some people it's like business ethics कि आपने करना है तो आप करेंगे ही, करिए.
Right.
उसमें हम लोग as individuals I feel should not be moral teachers to
Absolutely.
them. उनको जो
Absolutely.
करना है, let them do
Let
it.
them
If
do
it
it.
suits you, you do it. Otherwise, do not.
Do
No?
not.
So yeah,
So
that's it.
yeah, so I come to one more question, like how much importance do you give to drawing? You're the HOD of the painting department of College of Art Delhi.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
for
yeah.
you as a teacher, what is the importance of drawing? Like nowadays people say like drawing करने की जरूरत नहीं है, चलो tablets आ गए, हम लोग कंप्यूटर में कर लेंगे, after college we don't need to
हाँ
draw
कि
and all.
सॉफ्टवेयर है उसी में
Exactly.
डाल देंगे हाँ कि
even
उसको
even on
बोलो
mobile, even
एक
in mobile
पिक्चर
also you
या
can do so many stuff.
you can render a picture into an
No,
oil painting.
yeah, so
You can
drawing is
just
getting
you don't
compromised.
need to oil
Yeah,
paint.
so you don't, so drawing is getting compromised. No, nobody wants
Yeah,
to go through
yeah.
that slogging.
नहीं.
चारकोल नहीं पकड़ना है, ना ही पेंसिल, ना ही मेथड में जाए. So how important is it?
Drawing is utmost important, but drawing is not the same at every stage.
Mhm.
Drawing, especially for an art student,
Right.
is like you are honing the skill of your eye to look at things,
Right.
your mind to respond. Your mind to visualize, and your hand to respond what the mind
Mhm.
is thinking. तो ये जो कोऑर्डिनेशन है
जी.
ये बहुत जरूरी है
Mhm.
हम लोगों को डेवलप करना. और
Mhm.
जैसे जैसे हम लोग फिर बड़े हो रहे हैं, आर्ट फील्ड में मैच्योर हो रहे हैं,
जी.
तो ड्राइंग जो है that gives you your peculiar point of looking at thing and responding.
Like
So
the
if you
moment
do
you
not,
grow, it also gets transformed in a way.
yes, if you do not, I
Mhm.
have to talk to, if my language of expression is visual language,
Right.
I have to talk to myself
Right.
in terms of drawing and painting.
Mhm. Right.
No, I cannot be talking in English if I want to be painting
Yeah, obviously.
anything.
Obviously.
तो अगर वो ड्राइंग का जो हमारा अपना एक सिस्टम है,
Mhm.
अगर वो डेवलप नहीं होगा तो फिर it's we would always be repeating something.
Mhm.
हम लोग किसी ना किसी को रिपीट कर रहे होंगे,
Mhm.
अपने आप को भी कर सकते हैं और किसी और को भी कर सकते हैं. तो
Okay.
ड्राइंग जो है that gives you a stamp on your personal response. It gives you a stamp like that. That's the way your eye is looking. That's the way your mind is thinking
And do you
about
think
what it's
art,
looking.
and do you think drawing has a lot of options to explore also? Like, it's not like painting. So you're not doing layers of things, and you're not doing experimenting with different mediums.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like see now अभी आपने iPad की बात करी ना,
जी.
iPad for me is like my mobile studio.
Mhm.
So if I carry my iPad around, I have the pencil.
Mhm.
तो एक jotting down जो है, एक visual जो हम लोगों को material की jotting down है, वो आप drawing से एक करते ही है.
Okay.
वो ड्राइंग से ही आप अचीव कर सकते हैं. जब अब बिफोर आई बिगिन अ वर्क और विद इन द वर्क आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ विजुअल मटेरियल व्हिच आई बैंक अपॉन. No, so because I have that's the way I have responded. No,
Okay.
my drawing tells me how I responded to a particular situation.
Okay. Okay.
So that is it.
Okay. Yeah.
तो ड्राइंग का होना तो ड्राइंग और
Absolutely
throughout
essential. Absolutely essential.
करना ही है. हाँ,
करना ही है.
अगर आप अपने इंडिविजुअलिटी के लिए वरीड मतलब if you take your individuality seriously.
Seriously. True.
Yeah.
True. Ma'am, could you please elaborate?
There's no compromise.
There is no compromise. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I believe I go with your word. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So could you
हाँ
please
जी.
elaborate on your work on visual translation? I've read about it, and
Okay.
could you please, yeah.
See,
Please.
the idea of visual translation came to me from a professor when I was in England after getting the Charles Wallace Award.
Okay.
Now, during one of the slide presentations, when I was talking on Mirza Ghalib, because he's always been my source. I mean, his words have always inspired me. I would listen to his music, full blast. Even Mirabai का भी मैं सुनती थी. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता था he's talking only about work, and I used to feel very sort of charged. No.
So you did your graduation from College of Art, right?
No, I was from Jamia.
You did it from Jamia. Okay.
I was from Jamia. We were the first batch of BFA in Jamia. But luckily for me, it was the best staffed. We had
Okay.
Ramachandran Nair, Paramjit Singh, Jatin Das, Rajiv Lochan.
Uh-huh.
These were the teachers. So we were about
Okay.
10, 20 students and 4 teachers. No?
Wow.
We had a wonderful, so that way I've been very lucky. Even at Baroda, Ghulam Sheikh sir was my mentor.
Uh-huh.
Then when I came back from England, not being able to complete my PhD there, then of course Professor M. Vijay Mohan, I mean the former principal College of
From
Art,
College of Art. Okay.
he was my mentor as far as the administration of in the college is concerned,
Okay.
and for my guide for my PhD too.
Okay.
So टीचर्स का तो बहुत बढ़िया हिसाब रहा है, like
And
absolutely.
so what you were saying about the visual translation thing also, that was with
So
Charles Wallace.
हाँ जी, Charles Wallace के लिए when I had gone, and then this professor said that he asked me if I had ever painted Ghalib, and I said no. He said yeah. What I hear from you is that it seems a very sort of viable research material. You should go ahead and paint. So the idea of practice-based painting is still not available in India. But in the West too, it was new, but yes, it was coming up. And that's the reason I went to England and I worked there. So my inquiry was whether sort of a lingual to visual translation. It was an inquiry on lingual to visual translation process.
Right.
No, whether what kind of a form, what kind of constraint this translation process would give.
Right.
And I very I chose the poetic text of Mirza Ghalib. उनके 4 गजल मैंने लिया and 4 गजल के 4 शेरों के ऊपर मैंने extempora painting किया.
Okay.
And I developed the methodology, which I am now in my present project over Japji Sahib. I'm trying to follow the same visual transference translational methodology.
Okay.
So that's.
So you're still working. You're still applying that thing into your work right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because I that was जो है अब जो Japji Sahib, that's a holy text.
Okay.
So it's all the more sort of little bit difficult, I would say. But it's then I ended up translating Japji Sahib in English to make it mine, the way I had done with the couplets of Ghalib.
Okay.
And then after translation, I have then adopted it in terms of painting. Now, see, when you're in India or with the Indian psyche, this that polysemy and fluidity of meanings have always sort of correlated.
Right.
They've had a relationship of complementariness rather than of polarities. No, there's a mutual correspondence between the word and the image, or between say a vegetative form and an animal form. No? मतलब उनमें हम लोग के सारे the life in our system is all engulfing. किसी को अलग नहीं रखते.
नहीं बिल्कुल भी नहीं.
That's why हमारे पास इतने सारे भगवान हैं.
Right. True.
है ना?
True.
तो वो मेरे लिए मुश्किल नहीं था इमेजिन करना कि एक लिंगुअल चीज को मैं विजुअल में ट्रांसलेट करूं.
कैसे ट्रांसलेट करेंगे? Okay.
हाँ. But ये था कि the way my work has been, like say, I would say, the way the person of a translator is an integral part of the work.
Right.
So I relived Ghalib's word in the experience of my own personal life.
Okay.
And hence it involved a natural choice of an autobiographical or figurative depiction typical to my artistic work so far, no?
Okay.
And अभी जो जपजी साहेब वाला है, that also would be quite similar in treatment. It is narrative,
Okay.
but it's and especially in the medium of egg tempera, no?
Egg
Because
tempera.
the painting is very beautifully. It emerges after many, say 300 plus layers of application.
Oh,
तो
wow.
जो आपका जो जैसे जैसे आपके थॉट्स मैच्योर होती है दिमाग में,
जी.
the cognitive process
Absolutely.
of your thinking
Mhm.
is correlated to the medium. So it seems as if everything by the grace of the Almighty falls into place.
Into place. Okay.
That I had this medium, and that medium is helping me achieve that that act of translation or transference of one lingual to the visual.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah, there's a thing about visual translation. But, ma'am, how much importance do you give to art fairs or art biennales? Like India currently has one major biennale, that is Kochi Biennale. And the art fair we have in Delhi is India Art Fair.
yeah.
These are the two major things we have. We have a lot of other art fairs going on, but I think this one is
There are
the
few
major one.
in Bombay,
Yeah, there are
Mumbai.
few
Yeah.
ones in Bombay they are happening, but this one is the major one, and biennales are also there. The major one is Kochi Biennale. So how important is the biennale? Is it
See
important for an
now,
artist's growth nowadays?
I see it's as I told earlier regarding the curriculum and regarding an art institution, because these places, they have a background, they have the history of having interacted with art and artists. So their presence definitely has a different sort of brings in a different kind of exposure for the young mind. So any kind of interaction, any kind of experience with them is important. So as many as we can, but now because of this pandemic, see now the space, the physical space of an art gallery has been taken over by web.
Right.
No? So now, but again, वहाँ पे भी there's बहुत like it's really crowded up there too.
Absolutely.
Everybody now during my exhibition, they were, I think, if I'm not exaggerating, that they were about 10, 12 of people, no? They had some kind of a channel. They wanted to sort of take an interview, wanted to report. But उनका देख के ही लग रहा है कि capability नहीं है, no? And it would for me it would have been a waste of time in a way to talk. I mean, I'm not sort of being very conceited when I say that, but the thing is that there was no point.
Right.
Because कोई background नहीं है, कोई कुछ नहीं है, but आप करना चाहते हैं, है ना? Youngsters को there was one guy, one youngster whom I supported. He was brilliant and now he's also going to be documenting something for the MFA students. जो अभी pass out कर रहे हैं MFA. Now he had a lot of enthusiasm and wanted to, and similar things, Soumen, with you. You were persistent. Yes, you were persistent.
Thank you.
So, I mean, one can see. तो अब जो है ना वो ultimately, I think the time will tell that who's really getting about with things. Even the large art spaces, जैसे जो दूसरे, जैसे Amsterdam में Van Gogh की gallery, now they are also sort of imagining and doing things on a very different scale.
Right.
No? Right. With a very different kind of approach. So I'm sure that there'll be ways out. But ultimately, कौन उसको झेलता है, कौन ultimately exist करता है, this the time will tell.
Absolutely.
What we both and the others can do is to do our bit as much as possible.
Absolutely.
And go ahead.
Absolutely.
No? And sort of move. मतलब इट्स नॉट कोई जबरदस्ती नहीं होना चाहिए कि हाँ वो उसने भी किया तो मैं भी
ये
2
भी
किलो
करूँ,
काम कर लूं, नो
राइट?
ऐसा नहीं
नहीं,
होना चाहिए।
नहीं होना चाहिए।
हाँ, you should know what you're doing. You should be happy with what you've done. You should
राइट।
be able to have put in your complete 100%. No, at least as much as you could do. Like now, for the college, I feel okay, I have not given say my 100% because I couldn't. The circumstances in and
ओके,
around the college was such
ओके,
that अपने तरफ से हम पूरी मेहनत कर रहे हैं, but जो साथ में that interactive thing which can happen in an institute wasn't really there.
ओके,
So
ओके,
it's only painting department. We are doing open houses, we are doing exhibitions, students participating in different things. Now I carried the exhibition first of all to out of Delhi for the first time of Department of Painting to
ओके,
Chandigarh.
ओके,
Punjab Lalit Kala Academy had given us the gallery. That again was the first time on their part. उनको आज तक किसी कॉलेज ने अप्रोच नहीं किया था गैलरी देने के लिए, तो हम लोग I think within a span of 1 week I took 60 works there. The students were there with me, the teachers were there. We had a fantastic show. I'm talking about 2017. Then regularly we've been having art open houses where every month, if not 2, at least 1 open house, invite a person from outside, let him have a slideshow, and we would put up our exhibition. So ना हम लोग का monthly basis पे हम लोग exhibition करते थे.
ओके,
Not only
was
the
great.
students, I would make the teachers also do. Teachers मतलब Department of Painting के teachers भी अपना काम लगा रहे हैं और MFA के students भी लगा रहे हैं, और मतलब
फैंटास्टिक,
yeah, because
Fantastic.
otherwise the space was always just locked और एक annual art exhibition के लिए वो
बस हाँ,
space खुल
जी,
रही.
बिल्कुल,
I
बिल्कुल,
mean, ridiculous. But
Right.
उसमें भी हो रहा था कि नहीं जी ऐसा तो कर नहीं सकते ये वो. But again, I just said it's important for my art curriculum and we went ahead with it.
ट्रू,
And for the students also, I deliberately kept the time at 1:30 in the afternoon. कि जो दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट के लोग भी हैं वो भी आके उसमें पार्टिसिपेट करें, क्योंकि लंच टाइम है. दे आर फ्री टू मूव, सो नोबडी कैन कंप्लेन मेरा क्लास का टाइम ले लिया, ये कर दिया ना.
ओके,
So yes, but had everyone been participating in the equal manner, I would have been able to do much more, I'm sure.
ओके,
But yeah, अभी जितना available था उसके given में I've tried to do my best.
okay. Ma'am, I come to the question like I've seen your exhibition Synonyms of Life. So this was primarily you painted yourself. It was you are the protagonist, you are the one. So what exactly is आपके topics, आपके favorite topics क्या है? आप किसके ऊपर paint करना ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं? And what kind of works you are doing right now presently?
Yeah, my work, see, right from the beginning, I don't know, I've never क्या बोल सकते कि I've always been without question just been painting myself.
Okay.
No, I don't know how, but no questions were कभी आए ही नहीं दिमाग में. And I've never felt जैसे होता है ना कि क्या paint करना है. There was always a painting ready, as I told you. So if my expression is a visual expression, so it was not that you wait for one particular moment which will announce okay, this is more paintable. Yes. One moment, anything and everything can just trigger a work.
Absolutely.
No? It could
Very
be
true.
sometimes, could be a color, could be your own gesture, could be किसी की बात, किसी का style बैठने का,
anything and everything, yeah.
कुछ भी trigger कर देता है काम को.
बिल्कुल.
फिर एक बार वो शुरू होने के बाद then जब आप drawing बना रहे हो तो फिर उसके साथ related तो क्या होता था कि always it used to be my surroundings, my own loved ones, no? Because I could only paint, I felt, something which is from my point of view.
True.
That is always there. See,
Okay.
but वो उसमें क्या होता था कि my own picture became equally important. My own dialogue, no, it is like जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि आप आईना देख के बोलिए कि आप सच बोल रहे कि झूठ, no. It's
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
So I don't know, maybe it is that my picture, it was like I want to confront myself to know that I'm speaking the truth, no.
Okay. Okay.
So it's I couldn't be painting. I mean, I never felt equipped to paint something which is politically, very sort of aggressive. Yeah, जो भी I am politically aware, but a political message ये वो नहीं. I have
Okay.
at the most, I think, documented my present. No.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that is my statement.
Okay.
That मेरा जो present है, because
Right.
I'm part of the system, so
Right.
it is my present. So I'm recording that in a very, very humble way.
True. True. I come to the final question of this session. Like,
Hanji.
what are the challenges faced by artists nowadays, and what message you want to give to students or aspiring artists? That will be the thing.
Challenges are I think are many, but this field is not like something which is a burden. One should enter the field because it's a tough field. I mean, you really have मेहनत करनी है. It's not like my mother thought that my बेटी इतनी सी बेटी है ना, this field is a tender, एकदम बड़ी soft field है. No, you have to really slog yourself to him, and I think it's true for all fields.
Right.
As long as you're sincere to your work, I think that is the key. Because sincerity में क्या होगा कि आप अपने से तो खुश रहेंगे ही. I think there isn't any field as creative field now. It's sort of which calms you down, which lets you connect with your own inner self, with the circumstances outside, and it's sort of it's peace giving, I would say.
Okay.
So yeah.
And what message you want to give to the students? Like
messages, as I just said, it's about being truthful. It's about being sincere to your efforts. It's about regularity of work. उसमें compromise नहीं. इसीलिए जो हमारे and the students, I mean, they are pretty bright. They are pretty bright.
Okay.
बहुत मेहनत भी करते हैं और अच्छे से. I mean, even during this time, I would ask my teachers to say that we should be thankful that they are continuously working. अगर हम teachers हैं और students काम नहीं करें, so it would be torturous for us. At least
Absolutely.
for me, it was unbearable.
Absolutely.
But they are sort of participated wonderfully.
They also responded in the same way, and they're also learning. Yep.
Absolutely. बहुत I was very thankful to them कि अच्छे से काम कर रहा है.
Thank you, ma'am.
They'll find their own way as.
Yeah, obviously, and it's a hard time for each and everyone. Like this pandemic is a hard time for each and everyone.
Yeah, but it's also a learning time. But ये है ना कि somebody very rightly said that we are in the same ocean but not in the same boat. So we don't know कि उसकी boat कितनी equipped है ना?
Right.
हमारी boat कितनी है equipped. हमको अपने दायरे में संभल के ही चलना है कि ये मेरा दायरा है, यहाँ तक मैं जा सकती हूँ.
बिल्कुल.
Or of course you have to be kind to the others, you have to be compassionate, you have to empathize with the situation of the others.
Absolutely.
Be as helpful as possible.
Absolutely.
To others.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for talking to Art Keeper. Thank you for the time, and thank you for your patience.
All the very best. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience, for your persistence.
It was my pleasure. It was my pleasure. It was my privilege. Absolutely.
All the best to you too.
It's my privilege, and it's absolutely my pleasure. And I wish you all the best for future endeavors.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, all the
Namaste.
best once again. Bye bye. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks.
Namaste. Bye.
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 Bye. Namaste.